Hey guys, what's up? This is our self-critique of our video project, our final multimedia project, and basically what we're going to do is tell you what our main goal of our project, how we use rhetoric in our project, the process of making the video, and our final thoughts. So I hope you guys enjoy. Our group decided to choose the topic of trash awareness. We picked this topic for many reasons, but one of the main reasons was because it was easy to relate to because of how prevalent trash is around Clemson's campus, and just around the city of Clemson as a whole. It also struck us as an actual problem that the city of Clemson is facing, and because for the majority of the school year Clemson is populated by a majority of college-aged people, we chose college students as our target audience. Our goal was to persuade people that making an effort to throw away their trash rather than littering could make Clemson safer and a more presentable place. Our goal was to do most of our persuading by using comedy because we felt that was the easiest way to relate to young people. But we also thought that our project should have a bit of serious appeal in it in order to show that we really cared about what we were talking about and not just making light of it.
Use of rhetoric. Our group used all of the rhetorical devices as a way to relate to our audiences. We started by using pathos, which is an appeal to the audience's emotions. We used pathos by showing a somewhat disturbing slideshow at the beginning of our video that showed pictures of trash around the city of Clemson, as well as some pictures from the places around the world that are notorious for trash problems. We did this to show how bad a place can look when there is trash all over the place, and also how trash can affect society. We also used the rhetorical device of ethos. We used ethos by showing an interview at the beginning of two people standing on a front porch, littered with their magical items as they were drinking and throwing their trash all over the place. We recall from the video that they were saying things like, "We don't really care about where our trash goes." By saying such a statement, this showed evidence that they had no intentions of caring for the campus's environment because someone else could deal with it if they wanted to. We also showed the character Gil, who didn't care about trash until the day he woke up covered and injured by it. The experience changed his life. He then turned into a trash throwing away superstar and was further encouraged by strangers who applauded him for his good actions. This is where logical appeal comes into play, logos. This is the use of logos because the character Gil made a logical decision after waking up covered in trash. He decided that he needed to change his lifestyle before it got out of hand. The following scene shows him being bombarded with applauses as he threw away his empty cup. The applauses inspire him to become the trash throwing away superstar because he makes the logical sense. If he continues throwing trash away, then people will celebrate and be happy. This is obviously an exaggeration, but it still makes a logical appeal to get the point across.
Alright, now let's talk about the process of making the video from start to finish. We found the most difficult part of the project to be figuring out exactly how we wanted to approach getting our message across. We knew that we wanted to make a video, but we didn't know how to go about doing it. Should we make it funny? Should we make it sad? We just didn't know. We met several times and didn't really get anything done. Eventually, during a group meeting, we began messing around and just looking at funny YouTube videos instead of getting anything done. This, however, led to a plethora of video ideas. We found about 6 videos in which we thought were great ideas that we could combine and reenact for our media project. This is where we decided that using comedy to appeal to our audience would be the best approach. We then pulled out the drawing board and started making a storyboard. Thankfully, Ryan spent some of his childhood dabbling in the creation of comic strips. This helped illustrate exactly what we wanted to do and get it down on paper rather than just having sentences with ideas. Once we were comfortable working with one another, the ideas started flowing. Oftentimes we found ourselves coming up with too many ideas and eventually just had to pick one route and stick with it. After getting a storyboard complete, we began shooting some videos. We decided to take the approach of showing a college kid who lived in an unsanitary and trashy life, who suddenly decided that things needed to change. We just couldn't figure out what we wanted to happen to him to make him decide to change his life. Finally, we figured out while watching a video that Ryan found on MetaCafe. The video was an advertisement for a European soccer tournament in which a man threw a piece of trash away and the people in the streets went crazy and began celebrating as if he had scored a goal in a soccer game. This is where the filming began. Filming was pretty easy. We didn't have to reshoot many scenes because of Phil's excellent acting capabilities and Ben's knowledge of camera angles and video production. We did have a little bit of trouble finding time when everyone could meet, but this didn't really end up to be too big of a problem. After getting most of our footage, we started putting it into our computer and messing around with it. There were many times where we would find spots that we needed to fill in, so we would have to go back and film again. But this made making a video fun because we would have to remember that what we were wearing and how the character was supposed to act. Ryan was an exceptional video editor. He had a good idea of how he wanted the video to look, which helped out a lot. When we had somewhat of a finished product, we viewed the video and noticed that the video lacked a bit of seriousness that we originally wanted to include, so we added a section at the beginning of the video that showed pictures of places that were filled with trash. And we played a sad song in the background to make it a bit more appealing. Showing a rough draft in class was very helpful because we thought that our video was exceptional until the class began giving us more ideas to make it even better. There were many areas that we didn't even notice that could have used improving. We fixed most of the things that were mentioned in class, and this didn't take very long at all because we didn't really have to reshoot anything, just make some final touches in editing.
These are our final thoughts on the final product. We felt pretty good about our final project. We showed it to many students in other English 103 classes that were doing the same project, and they were very impressed. We also showed other students and our parents who were quite impressed with our work, so we felt pretty confident. However, after showing our final project in class on Tuesday, we still noticed some places that could have used some improvement, especially after hearing what the class had to say. The fact that we used beer cans in the first scene didn't even seem like a big deal to us at all. It just happened to be trash that we found laying around in Phil's apartment, who is of age. Also, because our target audience was college-age students, we thought that that showing beer trash would be most appealing, regardless of age. We also didn't want to put too much importance on the fact that beer was used by saying the age, because we didn't want to take away the emphasis from our original argument of trash awareness. But after realizing that it could prove to be offensive or confusing, we decided that putting a notification at the end of the video about the age of the alcohol consumers would be beneficial. Another area in our video that we decided needed to be edited was the word fag, that was duct taped to the door in the video. To be quite honest, we didn't even notice the word because it had been taped to the door all semester, so we were used to it. We also didn't take into consideration that the word could be extremely offensive to some people. This is something that is easy to take out of the video by just cutting the scene short. The last thing that we noticed that could use some fixing was how drawn out some scenes in our video was. The scene in which Gil was walking around in the downstairs of his apartment could have been cut a bit shorter, but at the same time we wanted to make sure that people could make the connection of who Gil was. Without the scene of Gil walking around, the movie didn't make a lot of sense since we originally thought that it was a vital scene in our video. Other than those 3 areas of improvement, we felt that our video was pretty good. We felt like we accomplished our original goal, which was to make a comical approach of persuading college students to throw away their trash rather than littering. Alright guys, thanks for watching. Hope you guys enjoy your winter break.